Hi, I'm Dr. Karen January, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast, LMNTM, Lessons Mama Never Taught Me. Hi, I'm so happy to have with me today Miss Cameron Flores, and we're going to be talking about a topic that's renowned all over the United States, and that's absolutely unacceptable, inappropriate, and that is bullying. You're familiar with that, I'm sure.
Very.
You've seen it, yes. And not only are children bullies, you probably never think about it, but parents can be bullies at home too. The cycle of abuse stems from childhood and their life experiences and can transition into adulthood. So sometimes when parents are dealing with a lot of things and they're under a lot of pressure, they may bring these things to their children, and when their children act out, then they take it out on the child. So the question here is, when does correcting a child's inappropriate behavior cross the line? What do you think, when does it cross the line when a parent is doing too much, as you say, or when do they become bullying? When does it become bullying? Are there some things that you can think of that would be too much? Yes.
I mean, so far as talking to them any kind of way, really.
Okay. Yes. What are
Gestures,
some of the things that they might say to a child that would be bullying?
Name calling.
Yes.
Cussing is a big thing. It's all about tone.
Absolutely.
So I just feel like if, say if my parents coming at me the wrong way, they probably had a bad day and they're cussing at me. And I'm just it's all about tone in that situation.
And they don't understand how this affects you as a person and how it makes you feel. I know a lot of times I'm out and I see young girls with their babies, and like you say, they're just cursing at them and telling them, come on here, and dragging them around. Well, that's kind of crossing the line in bullying. So that is one thing they definitely do. But you're right, what they say to you. Not only can bullying be physical, because there are some parents that abuse their children physically, but it also can be done mentally and emotionally too. And I know sometimes parents, they don't understand that you need to take a minute and calm down because you're angry. And when you're punishing a child, you're doing it out of your anger, and then the child is not getting the lesson that they need to get. So they're not understanding. They're taking it personal. They're not even thinking about, well, what did I do? Why am I getting this punishment? All I know is mama's whack, daddy's whack, and they beating me and doing all this stuff to me. So there are consequences of bullying, and it causes a domino effect, resulting in negative psychological, physical, and academic issues. Negatively psychologically, it affects them because they will have depression, or they'll be upset, withdrawn, all of those things. And physically, they might have scars. I have seen, many young people who have scars on them, or parents do things to them, horrific things where they have, you can see that they have been physically abused. Yes. And then, of course, it's academic issues too. Because, yes, absolutely. Well, we know you don't have that. Yeah, I know you're an A student. Cameron, I can tell that.
Yes, ma'am.
A plus. But you're right. Your grades drop. You may start skipping school. Well, I'm not going to school because I know that bully's there and they're going to get me. So they start cutting school, or they may start taking different routes, to school and coming home, which can also be dangerous to get, to go out of.
Excuse me if I may, or what's a good way to say it? Hanging out with the wrong crowd starts in that area.
Yes.
Showing out in class or showing out in general.
Absolutely correct.
Hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah, because
really
then they'll figure, well, I'm being bullied, so I might as well hang with the rough kids myself.
They don't care anymore.
Right. I want to fit in. And if I fit in with them, then they're going to stop bullying me because they say, oh, she's cool because she's hanging out,
Because they get that type of energy from you.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. So, also, we need to determine too, with children, they can also start having nightmares, and these are things that parents need to watch and be aware of with their children when they're being bullied, so they know what's going on. Sometimes there's a fine line between bullying and teasing. When is it bullying or just child's play? Do we tend to look away or I should say look the other way, or everyone has to be involved and observant? How do we address bullying in our society? If you see something like that, or you are with your friends, do they tend to look away, or, you know, oh, I'm not going to get involved with that? What are some of the things that you all do?
Well, I was always taught to be a leader, so as me being a leader, if I see something that's not right, of course I'm going to step in and take action. Okay. Of course I'm going to be like to that friend, you know you're wrong, or you know you're not supposed to do that, period, because you don't know how people grow up. You don't know what that child's going through at home, like you said, so you bully them at home, or they may be going something at home, may put more weight on their shoulders.
More pressure.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just feel like it's all about leadership. Like if you know you see something that's not right, it's always good to take action immediately. Okay.
So
even if it's just playing or a kid like
right,
pushing
teasing.
You know
when does
wrong.
It become teasing, and then when does it become bullying? If someone is teasing you, do you take it more lightly, like, oh, that's just my girl, she's just joking with me?
Right, well, you may just think that you're joking, but she may be like, oh, wow, like, you know, so it's all about perspectives in this case. Like, if I feel like my friend, we're having fun, like, we're just playing around, but if she pushes me, it's all about play fighting, really. So, like, if she pushes me, I'm going to be like, oh, girl, we're just playing, having fun. I might take it to heart.
You might take it differently.
Yes.
And depending on what you might be going through or what happened that day, it may, you know,
trigger it.
It may trigger you, and then it becomes a fight. That's why we try to tell kids, you know, don't tease and do all of that so much. Right. So that's very important. So you're saying when we see a wrong, how can we make it right? As far as telling versus snitching. Now, when I was coming up, it was called, we said, if you snitch, you get stitches.
Right.
I don't think, oh, so that's the same thing. Yeah, snitches get stitches, so
too.
You better keep your mouth shut and not say anything.
Right.
But telling is helping someone. But snitching is you're trying to do it to get attention. If I'm snitching, oh, that's making me important now because I'm snitching on you. And
right.
I can feel good because I'm like, we also used to call tattletale.
Right.
You know, you being a tattletale.
Right.
So what are some things that we can do to make this right? And has the new bullying become shaming? I know you're hearing about
right.
all the shaming.
Right.
Okay.
Me personally, I'm gonna tell regardless. Call it snitching, telling,
tattletaling,
I'm
whatever
going to
you want to call.
Because at the end of the day, I know nothing's gonna happen to me. I don't take threats lightly at all.
So Cameron, you can tell me you can hold your own.
Well, not just that. I don't want to think I'm like all hard, but just know like I don't take that lightly at all.
Yes.
And if I see something wrong, I'm gonna say it anyway. But in that case, I feel like bullying has taken its toll. I feel like it's getting worse in this society, with my generation especially. You can't just say, oh, I want it to stop, because social media is killing kids.
How is that affecting young people as far as bullying and shaming?
It being social media and the website or anything, it's taking a toll on kids. You can post a picture of somebody, say they're ugly, that spreads around, and they're going viral, or somebody might post something with somebody else, or exposing them in that case, and ruining somebody else's life. So this generation is like, bullying just took it to another level. I don't think you could just say bullying needs to stop. I mean, if you say, you could go in a gym right now and have an assembly with a whole bunch of kids about bullying, and it'll go out the other ear.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to listen at all. So I just feel like, you could say stop all you want, but
you think it's going to continue.
It's going to continue.
It's the culture now.
I think that's the new thing now.
Do you think it makes young people or young girls feel better about themselves by shaming someone else or
I'm not going to lie. I was one of those girls that felt like, because I used to get bullied too about my weight and how like I'm they cinnamon stick or pencil,
color
exactly.
Color
so them saying that made me feel bad about myself, and I was taught confidence is the best thing to have. So with people saying that about me, of course you're gonna feel down. I had low self-esteem. I thought I was really skinny, which made me eat more, and all that stuff. But now I know I'm beautiful. I know my worth, so I don't have to have anybody else tell me that.
So you're coming up. Did you hear a lot of that? Instilling self-esteem. Has that helped you to be able to take, some of the things that are going on out here, the bullying and shaming?
Yeah, it took
made
me a
you
lot.
stronger.
It made me stronger and also help other people out as well. So with that being said, me taking all that energy that they give to me is just making me more powerful.
Oh,
and I'm
right. Power girls. I
You're
love
right.
it. So also, parents can also talk to their children about bullying. Like you said, now I'm wondering now, they're wasting their breath. You say it's going to go in one ear and out the other.
Right. Well, it always starts at home. So
yes.
setting the boundary and standard at home, it's all about home training, basically.
And we also need to remember that kids are like sponges. They're watching and hearing everything you say,
Right.
mother. So you are the role model, and they're watching how you act, and they're
Right.
going to follow in your, well, my mama does it, so I guess it's
Exactly.
okay for me to do it. So we
Same.
have to remember that as role models. So I don't know what we're going to do then. We're going to just keep shaming and bullying each other, huh?
I mean,
don't say that.
No. It's not. I'm for sure it's gonna stop. I know there's a lot of empowerment groups that are happening now that's
Yes,
trying to
there
stop
are.
it. So,
yes. And in schools, we need to also let teachers know and be aware.
Of
Like I
course.
was saying, are you turning your head and saying that's not my problem?
Right,
I'm
right.
too busy trying to teach and I have too much to do. I don't have time to watch who's bullying who.
Right.
But teachers, administrators, school personnel, they need to be aware of that too. So, but anyway, I'm glad to hear that you are a fighter out here. You're a power girl, and
Thank you so
you're gonna
much.
save everyone from being bullied. So I feel safer
Yes.
now. So I want to thank you, Ms.
Thank you so much for
Cameron,
having
for
me. I
being
really
here
appreciate it.
and shedding some light on bullying. We needed to hear from a younger perspective, and I got it. And I thank
glad
you
I was
so
here to help.
much. Thank you for tuning in today. I want to thank my special guest, Cameron Flores. Please subscribe to my channel to see my next episode. Until then, love and peace.